Hi, I'm Mark Small, back once again. This is October 22nd, 2011. Welcome to Civil Discourse Now. I'm an attorney in Indianapolis. My co-host is Paul Ogden.
Mark.
We are filming or shooting or whatever one describes the mechanical processes of the internet visual aspects from Big Cat Books in Broad Ripple, an area of Indianapolis on the north side. Big Hat Books has an excellent selection of books. It also has space for rent for special occasions. It's 6510 Cornell, right across the street from the Monon Trail, and encourage you to come in and enjoy the store here.
Mark, I'm interested in a book on Indiana Ponzi scheme. Is there such a thing?
There is, in fact. Crime Pays. It's a fictionalized account of a Ponzi scheme, the Cook Brothers Trust, actually, that occurred in Indiana in the late 1960s, and I wrote it. Oh. So it's available here. Thank you, thank you. And there will be, I have a new book coming out after January 1st called $1 Billion Balls, which is about a fix on the NCAA. And you and I have talked about that.
Yeah, I thought it was an autobiography. But...
Well, no. This is a show, Paul.
It's a show about civil discussion of political issues, whether those political issues are local, which we're focusing on now, or state, national, even international, because we beam our show all the way to Antarctica.
I mean, it's available in Antarctica.
It's available in Antarctica, which is the beauty of the internet.
They could be watching it right now on the International Space Station.
Correct.
So email us to let us know if you're in some weird place that you've seen the show here. It's civildiscoursenow.com. But our guest...
I'm sorry, did you give them an email address?
No, I didn't.
Okay. What is the email that they could send us or do you remember the email address?
Well, that's like our website. The website's there. If you go to civildiscoursenow.com, you'll go to the website, and then you can... civildiscoursenow.com.
Civildiscoursenow.com. Right?
Yes.
Okay,
yes.
You said it 3 times.
Yes. Well, that's excellent. This is Bill Levin, our guest today. Bill is a candidate for City County Council here in Indianapolis from the Libertarian Party.
And your district is the entire county, correct?
Correct.
At large. Give us some of your background, because there might be some listeners out there that want to know what you're all about. Not just the issues, but what is your background?
For 33 years, I've been in the entertainment business as a producer, as a event coordinator, as a noise. Mm-hmm. I've been pushing the counterculture in Indiana since the early 80s.
Mm-hmm. What is the counterculture? Apparently I'm not part of it because I don't know.
Whatever the norm isn't, the silent majority, mm-hmm. the 99%.
I'm at 1%. I guess Mark might be the 99%.
Yeah.
I'm in 47%.
You had a more eventful college than I did, I believe.
Yeah, DePaul rocks out.
Statute of limitations has run, Mark.
Not necessarily.
Okay. So, Bill, why did you decide to throw your hat in the ring and run? And why are you running as a libertarian?
Why am I running as a libertarian?
Did you ever wear a hat?
I don't need a hat. I've got the good guy hat on already.
Okay.
Because it's closer to what I believe than anything else. If you take that little advocate test, mm-hmm. That is at advocate.com, I think. I'm a libertarian. I don't believe in the shit the left and the right are doing. Mm-hmm. The Democrats and Republicans. Okay, I did get that right. And I think there needs to be a happy middle because y'all are both parties are completely insane.
I'm not.
Okay.
I'm not like representing the Democratic Party on here.
Right.
I'm left wing. I'm further left wing.
Yeah, well, you get so far left wing, you become a Republican.
No, I become weird.
What issues are going on in the city that you would like to see addressed that aren't being addressed now?
Well, should we pull out my favorite?
Pull out your favorite, because I have a question about that too.
Okay, my favorite. I am also your Indiana State medical marijuana lobbyist with Relegalize Indiana. I am registered on the executive level to discuss marijuana openly and publicly with people in office.
I posted on my blog, OgdenOnPolitics.com,
OgdenOnPolitics.com?
Exactly.
OgdenOnPolitics.com.
Correct. The new Gallup poll, I don't know if you saw
Yes.
it on Facebook.
Yes.
50% of the people now support the legalization of marijuana, which I believe will be a program we'll talk about.
And it's going to get higher.
Oh.
It's,
You think?
how long were you saying that?
Just for a little bit.
So it appears that maybe the trends are heading in your direction, because if you look at the polling, one of the things you look at the polling on that issue, and gay marriage too, that there's a generational difference. That younger people are like, why is this illegal? So you may win the fight after all.
Yeah, well, that's what, not going in to lose.
Going to lose.
Everybody should be able to grow their own at their house and enjoy the freedom of quality cannabis that they grow.
In terms of local issues that are specific to Indianapolis,
Yes.
beyond, and although I personally believe marijuana should be legalized, but
And taxed.
yes, and used for its fibrous qualities, for clothing and various things.
Fuel, fiber.
It's a multi-purpose plant. In terms of other issues that are specific to Indianapolis,
You want to talk about the light rail?
yeah.
All right, I like the light rail. I think a light rail would be the coolest thing in the world. The problem is, it's a money pit. It's the biggest money pit in the world. It would cost $15 per person per head. That would be, I got 5 kids, that'd be $105 to my household for something we're never really going to ride. Now, Indigo needs to be fixed before they get into the next step. Baby steps before big steps. The light rail will never make money. It will never make a profit. Right now, we are spending $55 subsidy for everybody who rides Indigo. It's cheaper for us to tell everybody who rides Indigo, take a cab.
Yeah, but it's in terms of $55 a person per ride.
Yeah, we subsidized Indigo that much.
You mean ride or person a year? You don't mean per trip they make. We're subsidizing $55. You're talking about every person in the city of Indianapolis who rides it. We're paying $55 extra dollars, correct? Is that what you're saying?
No, what I'm saying is if I ride that bus, the taxpayers paid another $55 for that ride.
Okay.
We're subsidizing it that much.
And I've seen similar numbers with Amtrak, for example.
Yeah.
Where, especially when you take the long train trips, how much it costs taxpayers.
Yeah.
But they're great. I mean,
They're great, they're wonderful, they don't make money.
yeah,
Americans do have a low fare with trains. There's no doubt about that.
well, but they don't make money. Okay, first of all, most large cities have mass transit systems because there are segments of our population who can't afford cars.
Most large cities grew up like this. Our city grew out like this. We were designated to be a car city.
By whom?
By the way we grew. If we grew taller, if we had more people densed in downtown and up a density, I can see it. But instead, we spread out.
But okay, and I don't mean to sidetrack us, and no pun intended. But
Who writes your material?
we won't go into that. We actually did have light rail in this state. We had the interurban.
Yeah.
And the interurban functioned and was doing quite well, and General Motors bought it and shut it down because General Motors wanted to. General Motors designated this state as a car state. And see, there are people who can't afford cars, who have to get downtown. The people who are working as maids, as cooks, as housekeepers, in the jobs that don't pay a lot of money, that we need downtown, that we need to have them get downtown, can't afford those cars. And so how else are they going to get down there?
I'm not saying it's an easy answer. I'm saying that we are right now working with Indigo, and it's a mess. You can't get anywhere in a timely manner. It's not checkerboarded the way it should be. You have to go downtown to go anywhere else. It's like, if you want to fly Delta, you got to go through Atlanta.
Or Cincinnati.
Is Delta Cincinnati? I thought it was Atlanta.
And Delta's got Cincinnati too.
Yeah, it's been a minute.
So you would look at the bus system and try to redesign it.
make it a practical bus system, yeah, and get rid of the big buses and start using some smaller buses, because when you got 4 people on a bus and you have a 42-seat bus, no, at nighttime you run the short shuttles, at the daytime, maybe in the morning and rush hour, you run the big ones. Common sense. And you make sure it's checkerboarded in a timely manner so people can actually get to where they're going without having to go all the way downtown or all the way out to Lafayette Square just to switch over. You know, fix what we got before we expand, because the expansion is just going to be a huge money pit.
Oh, yes, absolutely.
You know, and we'll never, if we go into a business deal as a city, hi, we're spending city tax dollars on something, let's make an investment where we have a break even and a profit, rather than no break even and no profit. Those are bad investments.
The bus system, though, is heavily subsidized, not only with state dollars, but with federal dollars. Is it ever going to make a profit? Can it ever make I'm not sure.
Well, right now, every other city has bus kiosks out there, and in the kiosks you see advertisement. We don't have that here, maybe 1 or 2 without the advertisement. I'm sorry, those advertising pays bills. The sides of those buses pays bills.
I think we got advertising on our buses.
On the buses?
On the buses, but not on the kiosks.
Okay.
We need to have kiosks out in the streets, A, to keep the people warm and dry while they go up and down.
Right.
They used to have them, and they started taking them out. They had one on College, somewhere around 48, 4900, that used to keep the people dry in the middle of winter, and they took it out. And now everybody has to sit in the rain to get on the bus. You know, why wait in the rain when you can sit there and have a advertising revenue?
What other issues would you like to see the city address, or you think the city's not addressing well right now?
I'd like to see the whole budget up online, completely transparent. The budget online, completely transparent, would be fun.
It's not.
It might be, but it's not in one cohesive place.
I'm not sure the proposed budget is up online.
Make it completely visible. In the Carolinas, they have a fun game that they play of Balance the Budget, and it's on one of the home pages. Sort of cool. It's like, if you think you can do a better job of balancing our budget, here's a game. Play it. Show us how to do it. Win this fucking game, will you? And they throw it out to the people. We need to take that kind of outside the box thinking here and put it up. Hey, the person who figures out this game and makes this budget works the best, 6 weeks paid vacation out to,
It makes you think about your priorities. You could say, well, we need to give more money to the Pacers and less for animal control. I'm not advocating that. I bring up animal control because I know that is a major issue for you. Why don't you speak about that?
Animal control is dear and near to my heart. They are highly underfunded. We need to go out and do a huge sweep across the city and do a spay-neuter month. We need to do it about 3 times a year. I want to tie it in with every pizza joint. There's 3 really bad zip codes, and I want to make it.
What are those zip codes? I'm curious.
Hallville is one of them.
Okay.
East Side is one of them. I don't know the zip codes. I know there's 3 of them that are just horrible.
All right.
And I'm getting this signed.
We've about 30 seconds left until the end of this segment.
Hibbity, hibbity, hibbity. That's all, folks.
That's